You're listening to the We Are Libertarians Podcast Network. Find all of our shows at wearelibertarians.com. You're listening to the We Are Libertarians Network. Learn more at wearelibertarians.com.
Welcome to the Boss Hog of Liberty podcast. This is episode number 431.
Oh, we're on a big show.
Of East Central's favorite podcast. Jeremiah here, joined by executive video producer, audio engineer, the man who just found a way to get us back on the air, Mr. Zach Burcham.
You done?
Yep. I was in here on Monday and I ruined everything. So Zach's trying to repair things. Mr. Bones is here.
Howdy.
You got up, left your chair for 2 minutes, and Forrest Plank stole the chair.
That's
you
right.
were in. Your little feud continues.
I thought there was just a seat warmer over here.
Yeah, he warmed it.
It's all yours.
It means that you got some extra responsibilities in that chair. You got to carry the show from that seat.
Oh boy. I was gonna switch.
Nope. Forrest did plan the show today. He was the one at the group chat that was like, "Hey, what do y'all want to talk about?" I know we got to talk Olympics. That's going to be
shut up.
The cherry on top. But Forrest said he wants to talk about the roads.
Must be nice that
he wants to talk about some stuff at the Statehouse, and he wants to make sure we plug the candidate series that starts next week. And we're gonna
That's
wrap
what
it
I'm
up.
here for.
We're gonna wrap it up with the IndyCar preview at the end of the show. There's a fantasy league. You all didn't know that. Shows about our lives in rural Indiana are here to push your boundaries and make you think as individuals. Sometimes we will provoke you. Other times we'll make you laugh, but hopefully we'll always learn something new. Mr. Bones, we did a 10-minute Patreon that was a little abbreviated because nobody could hear us on the live
10
stream.
minutes?
I think it was about 10 minutes. Was it?
It was like 11.
It was 11
It
minutes.
was a silent movie.
I watch a clock over here. You guys don't believe it, but I do pay a little bit of attention when we're going. Mr. Bones, we got to say a thank you to the folks that help us make this episode, and they're special patrons.
Yes. Those people would be Jonathan Phillips over at Ed Martin Honda in Indianapolis. What side of Indy?
This side.
This side? East side?
I think so. I think this side.
I think you need to figure that out.
You keep reading and I'll figure it out for you.
Very good. We have Blake Reese over at Varsity Outfitters making teams look good. Tommy Oates over at Walnut Ridge RV. He's got another big show coming up soon, I believe.
It's ongoing.
Oh,
it
it's
was last
ongoing.
weekend and it wraps up this weekend.
He's out there today.
Okay.
North Shadeland.
North Shade. Okay. Jonathan Phillips, by the way, east side. Moral monument cleaning, making those past relatives look great again.
What's left of them.
Yeah. And then Pops Recycle, making that Schwinn new again.
That's right. They'll hook you up.
Almost bicycle season.
It is bicycle season. It's camping season. That means it's bicycle season. We are camping this weekend. 3 campsites are booked in the whole campground. It is magical when you get out there and you get the place to yourself.
Isn't it supposed to snow?
No. Maybe Sunday night into Monday.
Oh, okay.
And it's going to be a dusting. It's going to be like a half an inch, maybe 2 inches.
You might get snowed in.
It'll melt.
Snow
right
and camping are two things that I don't want to experience.
I've camped in the snow. Not a big deal. It's okay. As long as the roads aren't salty.
You say so.
That'd be fine. Yeah. We're looking forward to it. It's spring. We're pushing spring. We're thinking spring. You know what that means.
You drive down State Road 3, you will recognize that it is spring.
Orange barrels coming back on Monday. I saw a Milestone truck in town this week, and I said, "Oh, they're ready to get back."
I saw
at
something in the media in the north end of town today. So
campers,
no
Protesters.
Yeah,
orange barrel,
some type of equipment.
They were
what it
out
was.
there ready.
Yep.
So that's the big news that the town is going to have another 7 or 8 months of solid construction to rip out all of State Road 3 from essentially just north of the Walmart to where they finished working somewhere around the MVT barbershop last fall.
The park?
Yeah, park. Is it park restaurant? I don't know, like McDonald's area.
Yeah,
right there. It's right there where 3 lanes turns into 2 without any warning.
With no explanation other than one flashing arrow like a half mile back.
Yeah.
That's going to be pure pandemonium if they don't fix that.
people have figured it out for now. It's when traffic changes. The day traffic changes is when it's look out.
Yeah.
So the first step is tear out all the southbound lanes, right? And forcing everything.
Yep,
in the
everybody
northbound
will be in
lanes.
the northbound lanes. And then everybody's on temporary pavement for now. There's a lot of folks that are freaked out because, man, this looks like crap. It rides rough, man.
Yeah. Well,
I
why didn't
just
they
don't-
pave it to the curb?
Why didn't they make it right? It will be. Calm down. When you put a coat of primer on and your kid comes in and yells at you that their house looks like crap, Forrest, what do you say? Not done yet.
Grab a brush.
Milestone would probably prefer for you to not go get out there and help. So that one's happening. It's I'm looking forward to the fun. Zach, how are we doing over there? You got it science out?
There's some like background static. I can't figure where it's coming from. Probably need a wire replaced somewhere. Is usually sometimes they need shielded.
You tell me which wire you want to replace. We'll replace it. You just
Yeah.
pick.
Well, I mean,
You just
Hey,
you
yeah,
just pick.
That one.
Why we got Forrest here? Let's get this list done. Okay?
Yeah. Forrest and his staff will have it fixed up in
Yep.
no time. There's also news that the job that bid a year ago is going to actually happen. INDOT is replacing the bridge on 140, which is the north-south road that goes to the soon-to-be abandoned children's home.
Yeah, they figure they're closing the Hoosier Youth Challenge Academy. Why not go ahead and close the road too?
I'm pretty sure that's a state road just because it goes to that. That's pretty much why that's a state
Yeah,
road.
it's shortest
because
state
it
road.
ends
At the
as soon
Challenge
as you
Academy.
pass the last drive.
So that bridge over the Big Blue River, essentially at the Rush County, Henry County line,
The nice sound water treatment plant.
it is set to be replaced. It's a full closure replacement, so it's going to be 6 months of people going. I don't know how to get to Carthage now. You can't get there from here.
it would be a mess.
Bit of
Man,
a detour.
that's gonna
Yeah.
be real rough for poor people.
I won't see my parents again until next year.
Bones don't get lost going home.
He goes down 3.
I got 3.
That's not his problem anymore.
No.
Yeah, it is what it is. But I was not selected as a supplier on that job, so I won't have updates as I normally would. I'm not.
Well, you just drive by and see.
You never know.
So it was bid a year ago.
Mhm.
How long do those bid contracts normally take?
It just depends. They normally have a number of working days. It's whatever they've designed, and they may have known that there were going to be utilities or things that needed moved or a problem that they
So
anticipated.
that the state was going to be closing it, but
Yeah, they were like,
there's the project timeline.
let's just set this project up to reopen exactly when that building shuts down permanently. Do this.
The bridge isn't in that bad shape either.
Have you been under it?
Oh no.
You haven't floated down the Big Blue?
How do you know?
I don't know. Feels okay when you drive over. There's a lot worse bridges in this state than that one. I'll tell you that much right now. The one that goes over 465, goes over 865 on 465. There's a pothole that has 10 cars in it every day.
But it's not big enough to swallow Big Brown.
Not yet. But it'll make me like it's shutting doors before it's folded in mirrors.
I don't know. There's a system. I'm not a bridge inspector,
Okay.
but if they're replacing it, they're doing it for a reason.
Okay.
There's something that's deficient in a way that they found a way to get federal dollars to cover
I wonder if it's
80% of it.
leftover cement from the helipad.
CNET. What is CNET?
Concrete.
Oh, let's get all technical.
Flour. Oh, it's baked cake with flour, right? Cement.
Well,
It's just like when somebody calls a ship a boat, man. It's the same thing. It just drives you, just stings.
like Chris
I'm calling a locomotive a train.
It's like when Forrest, his staff, calls him by the wrong name.
That's sir.
That's the gardener,
It's
not the.
Mr. Forrest. It's Sir Mr. Forrest.
God, I missed this.
Thanks for being here. Statehouse update. Governor Braun, there was a poll that came out this week that says his approval rating is at 25%.
That may even be skewed.
Does anybody want to guess why numbers are where they are? Because I'm surprised.
I'm honestly a little surprised.
Is there a singular reason?
Like this is your chance to be like let's try to hashtag this or war game this out because I'm not sure that the governor knows what's going on. Why would he have approval ratings that are at 25% when he had over 50% of the vote just merely 2 years ago, year and a half ago?
Well, Senate Bill 1.
Yeah, Senate Bill 1 has got to be part of it.
Okay. All right. So House Enrolled Act 1 that screwed around with property taxes.
Yep.
He got bullied by Rob Kendall into taking on property taxes, but didn't really have a plan. And then he took a plan that some people had, and then they watered it down. And then they said, okay, this is what we're going to live with. But we'll come back and fight next year. And
But haven't they pushed it out yet another year?
What they have pushed out is the ability for a 1% local tax. Nothing else changed. So I think the locals still have a shortfall coming, but now they can't raise the income tax, the 1%.
And the business personal property tax that got increased up to $2 million is still included in that, right?
I don't think that's going to change.
I believe so, yeah. I think they got brought up at city council. The mayor's like, he said, personally, this bill's been good for me. He's like, but for the city, it's not good.
February 20th through 21st, public policy polling. This is from our friends over at Indy Politics, Abdul Hakim Shabazz. He reported that public policy polling surveyed 554 voters. They had an approval rating for Braun at 25%, 53% disapproval, and 22% that were unsure.
I'll throw in two things I think might be in play. Data centers. I think that it's like there's a lot of people who don't like them. They don't like them coming into their communities. And I think they feel like the government is just opening up the door and like inviting them in. And it's like, it doesn't matter what people think. And positive or correct or not, which I don't believe they are from what I've read, I think there are a lot of people that think that there's going to be heavy tax investment into this bid for the Bears. Whether that's true or not, I think people think we're.
I don't know that this Bears story is
it might not be that. But I do think I see a lot of people posting it like, do we have tax money to be invested to be building stadiums? Which is not the case. But I think that some people, I think a lot of people are just getting fed up with the general, all this stuff's happening. And then for day-to-day people, life's not gotten any better. Definitely things aren't affordable.
The governor also really, really put himself out there for redistricting that proved to be pretty unpopular.
Well,
that was mostly inside baseball, but he really tried to step out there for President Trump, and it didn't work out.
I think that's another reason why his poll numbers are that bad, because he is so far in pocket with Trump, and his numbers aren't very good.
It's interesting. The here's what I see brewing. Whether or not this comes to be, I don't know. Todd Rokita is the current Attorney General. He was a congressman, who was the Secretary of State. He ran for Senate and lost to Mike Braun 8 years ago, whatever the hell it was. Braun's looking very low in the polls. Rokita really likes the job hop. I think that the guess in state politicos is that Diego Morales is really, really weak as a candidate, and there's a good chance. There's a really good chance that young Bobai wins Secretary of State.
Which is why Rokita's already taken shots at him.
Which is why Rokita this week is absolutely just going after the guy, because I think they both theoretically would be very plausible candidates in 2028 for governor of Indiana. The Democrats, he would be the best hope that they've had. His dad was elected in 1986 as Secretary of State of Indiana. His dad was a senator, so Bo's grandfather, right? So Evan Bayh was elected Secretary of State. 2 years later, he became governor, super young governor. This is almost a carbon copy situation.
At the same time, a Republican took the White House.
Yes. With George Bush winning
HW.
The third Reagan term. So Rokita is already negative campaigning against Bayh because they look at it and say, hey, maybe Braun couldn't survive this. I think that's where this could potentially be going.
But the silly thing is the negative campaigning isn't against Bayh. It's against the party in which Bayh is affiliated with.
Correct.
And it's all what the party did
during the
State of the Union.
No.
Pure silliness.
State of the Union is not in our notes today, but I'll say that the only thing that I cared about in the State of the Union was the reception of the hockey team. That's all I wanted to see. That's the only part I cared for. The rest of it was all
one of the hockey teams.
Yeah, the hockey team that mattered to the president.
Oh, the other one matters to him, just in a different way.
We'll get into it in sports. Listen, it's not like people go to WNBA games and care about women's sports, man. I don't know. I was asked to host the Third House Forum, and I did that. I did that last Friday night. Went very well. I didn't know what to expect because I hadn't attended the previous one the chamber had hosted. Jeff Ratz, JD Prescott, Corey Criswell were there. Jeff was like, "Man, this is going to be just like when we're on your show." I'm like, "Man, I guess it will be."
Just like a Republican
it
Party convention, though.
So I was interested to see who showed up in the crowd. There were maybe 30-ish people there. I think I recognized more than 20 of them from being around the political world, of other candidates, of other elected officials, of community leaders. And then there were very few people that I didn't recognize. It was the chamber, it was a sponsor, it was mostly political people. And then a few folks that were interested in specific issues that they wanted to hear answers to. It's funny that like the political class shows up, but the protester class doesn't. Because there's not that many opportunities, especially in session, to get in the same room as your legislators where they show up and they do that. So I was kind of surprised that that's what happened. It was free. It was open to the public. There was food. Didn't have any prepared questions.
The protesters would have been there. It would have been a lot shorter. I'm certain.
So my job was to be the filter, right? They wrote down questions on index cards. I was sitting at a little table on the stage, and then I had a microphone, and then the three legislators shared a mic. And I was sitting there basically trying to formulate, hey, what questions make sense? What matters to the general audience? What is way too niche or didn't make any sense at all? Because there were some questions that came up that I was like, this isn't really state, or this isn't something we can talk about or deal with. So it was interesting. I wish I had recorded it. I didn't. Daryl Radford was there for the Courier Times, and it looks like he's going to turn it into a multi-part series. So the first article has come out already. I think we got through about 10 different topics during that time. We talked about property taxes. We talked about possibilities for replacing property taxes with income taxes. That's J.D. Prescott's big plan. They talked about the Hoosier Challenge Academy. Talked about data centers and in the future and what they could turn into. Didn't really talk about the Chicago Bears project very much. Talked about redistricting and why they voted the way they did on redistricting. It was an interesting conversation.
Any talk of education?
There was.
Good.
There was some talk about school boards possibly being eliminated and appointed in Indianapolis and the effect that might have over here. So yeah, there were quite a few education questions that came up. Because Senator Rotz is the chairman of the Education Committee in the Senate.
Oh yeah.
So
we're in good hands.
It was.
So they want to go from nonpartisan to partisan to appointed school boards.
Mm-hmm. Potentially.
Just good.
But it doesn't matter if you wipe out half the school districts.
Can you remember the most out there question that you just didn't read?
There were a couple questions about like kayaks at Summit Lake, and I'm like, these guys aren't going to.
You can take kayaks to Summit Lake.
Like it was randomness, man. It was like
complete.
Yeah.
So the audience was participating in that question.
They were the ones writing the questions. Okay. So they were not my questions.
I sent you a couple. You read them?
No.
Oh,
I did not.
You should have sent questions.
You needed to send it on a card.
Oh,
you just send it on a card.
Well, I sent them via FedEx. I didn't get that.
They're probably on my neighbor's porch.
It's gonna be on the Newcastle scanner page. Hey,
I know where this went.
I'm missing this package.
I honestly thought that Bones was going to show up, but apparently he found something better to do on his Friday night.
Yeah. I was going to say one of the things was Friday night.
Yeah, I mean it was time sensitive. It was. Yeah. I was around. It was fine for me, but it was. There's only 5 at that point. There were only 5 business days left in the session. I think they're done. Either they wrap up tonight or they wrap up on Friday. So it's about over. So yeah, it was interesting. I don't think I screwed up too bad. There's a plausible chance that they'll ask me back. And there were people lining up to talk to me after, which was weird. we've come a long way, Zach, on this show where candidates were like wanting to make sure that I knew who they were so they could give you an introduction to come on the show later this next couple months for the candidate series.
I agree with
ever
Bones.
since
It's probably Bones.
Ever since Mr. Bones cut down to just a cigarette or two a week, we have really turned the corner around here.
And then Daddy Trump listened to us about killing the penny, and that's going away.
Today, the governor signed the Bears bill, which we talked about last week, the 1% food and beverage tax for a couple counties, the innkeeper's tax, and whatever else might be happening up there. Illinois is now taking things very seriously, and they're trying to usher something through. So now the Bears are going to have two proposals in front of them to decide what they want to do. But Indiana has made the moves.
Like every good bill through the government, they had to slide something in underneath of it.
No, come on now. It doesn't happen.
So this is the fun one. Indiana Capital Chronicle highlights that the scrolling. Not in this story. It's not in this one. It's in the other one. Hang on. Click in. Oversight. Another Indy politics story. The Bears bill passed 45-4 with the Hammond Stadium, but they also included a provision saying that this is coming back from some of the early testimony that came out of the House of Representatives this year. This Mid-States corridor project that's going through Du Bois County, Jasper, Indiana, the governor's home county. Allegedly 300 projects by INDOT have been delayed because they've moved this one to the top of the list. The state house wants to have some control and oversight and not just let full autonomy go to INDOT, which was appointed by the governor. So they're now saying that if you're going to have a project over $250 million, then the state budget committee has to review before it goes to letting.
It's $250 million in a single county.
In a county, in a project, whatever, which would target projects like this, or would target like major reconstruction projects in Indianapolis, Porter County, say you're building a bridge over the Ohio River, those sorts of things.
So if you want a toll road.
So if we get like, say we have a huge thing, we have the county now at 249 million, does that have to go through the oversight thing?
Correct. You could play some games. You could break something up into 9 little projects, Bones. Yeah. There would be ways to do it. But that's what they're trying to do. Is the General Assembly is trying to have a little bit of control. They didn't specifically talk about the Mid-States corridor when they were debating this, but everybody kind of knows why this was put into place. Is this pettiness, guys, or is this oversight that's necessary?
What occurs in the state house that is not pettiness?
What
occurs in DC that is not pettiness?
It sounds like the kind of thing where, like, if you don't cooperate, this project that's going through your county is going to get slowed down or screwed up or something. I think there are much greater issues that the state needs to deal with and address than this. I mean, I do think INDOT needs somebody to beat their heads in every once in a while, because I'm still driving through a construction zone every day that nobody respects or treats because there's no construction there. It's been there all winter, but
it's been there for the last 3 winters.
Yeah. Well, this one, they pulled everything off.
That hasn't.
It's got 55 mile an hour sign. Nobody's like, I don't know, INDOT fix it.
The cynical side of my brain says that the Bears could stay in Illinois. None of this stuff could actually happen with the Bears bill, but the lasting impact of this bill may be that this oversight thing sticks.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, this governor and future governors all of a sudden have to kiss the ring of the General Assembly.
I am curious as to if the Bears don't move to Indiana, how embarrassing that looks.
I think it's a shoot your shot situation.
Yeah.
I don't think nobody spent anything yet. You're putting things in place. I mean, it passed 46-4 or whatever the hell it was. I mean,
and the list of embarrassing things in our government, it's probably like 21st.
Yeah. Just curious, because it's been
it's a power play by the Bears.
It's been and it's been like Indiana's gone all in on the press and said, "Listen, we're
very quickly."
I mean, like they jumped in real quickly, and
it was damn good timing that happened while they were in session.
And then it just kind of turns out like, oh, because you have to wonder if they just stayed in Illinois. Then like they never really wanted to go to Indiana. They were just playing Indiana as like a patsy to get what they wanted out of Illinois. And if it works, then it's like, yeah, it just kind of makes us look like, well, did you guys really think we were going to ever move to Indiana? No, we're not going to go to Hammond or whatever. Who knows?
The Hammond site is closer to downtown Chicago than the Arlington Heights site is.
Yeah. I guess there are training facilities up that way.
There are
Closer.
training facilities in Arlington.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Because
it's
they've been expecting to go there for a while.
yeah.
Well, I mean, I rode
I think
the
it's
train
been there since this. I think somebody said his training center's been there since like the 70s.
Yeah.
Like that's
Arlington Park used to be a big time place.
Big time horse track.
Oh, that's why Bones knows about it.
yeah.
There was never a horse track or a dog track in Hammond, so Bones don't know shit about it.
Yeah. I've never been to a dog track. So it's a little cool.
I don't think they do that anymore.
Yeah, I think
it used to
they're
be a
all
thing in
closed.
Florida, but I think
Yeah. They've all been closed.
I've been in
moved
Florida and
on.
I've been in Wisconsin, but I think they're all closed now. There
Yeah.
used to be one right outside of
Turn 4 at Daytona.
turn 1.
Was it? It was it turn? Yeah, it was outside
It's right outside
turn
of turn 1.
I've seen them racing dogs in Henry County. Not a track that built.
Whippets, not
Whippets.
greyhounds. The whippets.
Well, they look
They're just
mini
smaller greyhounds.
I mean, they're still racing dogs. So I don't think they're betting on it. They're doing it as a recreation.
Sure, the dogs know that thing. They do it for the love of the game.
Yeah. They need the exercise.
You guys remember last year the SUV controversy?
Oh,
Ever. Forrest traded his end because of that.
Forrest didn't
I didn't
want
want
to be accused of having a
caught in
big
that
pimp
crowd.
and high country Tahoe. So they passed a law and they said that they can't do that anymore. Like the Diego and Micah Beckwith can't go buy premium vehicles. State Representative Mitch Gore, who authored that, he's a Southside Indianapolis Democrat who's also a merit deputy, I think, in Marion County. He had a bill, 1066, that was going to add more protection against luxury vehicles, and it was going to extend that law to local governments as well. So they couldn't have your weights and measures guy go rolling up in a Denali or a big pimpin' Cadillac, or say they furnish a mayor or a county commissioner with a luxury premium Lincoln. They didn't want that to be happening. No Boss Hog kind of things going on. That had made it through the House. It was expected to go through the House, but the Speaker essentially shut it down himself. It was going to also include forcing the sale of the SUVs from the existing ones that had it. So they were going to make
that's what killed the deal.
they were going to make Diego and Micah sell their vehicles and go back. Mitch Gore, the author, was making TikTok videos, and he was recording them from the Statehouse, pointing out vehicles. And he's like, look, I'm not throwing shade at everybody. He literally pointed to the Tahoe that the governor has and was like, that has steel wheels, cloth seats. He's an example of what we should be doing. Meanwhile,
I think they put it on like Bring a Trailer or Facebook Marketplace.
Well, I think, if maybe I'm wrong, and it was just like a photo op kind of picture, but I think doesn't Diego have like a very good parking space at the Statehouse,
right
like,
next to the stairs.
everybody that walks in walks by his Denali as they go in, so like it looks bad.
He has short legs. He needs to be close.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Speaking of horse racing,
Yeah, that would have been. I'm bummed that they killed that because that would have been pretty funny to have made him sell it.
It would have been the most spectacular Saturday morning. Forrest probably would have bought it just for the story.
no,
I would have made Forrest buy
no,
it.
that thing's painted.
Representative Matt Pierce of Bloomington, he said that Speaker Houston's move was one single member of the House overriding 99 others.
Forrest could have bought it and donated to the buy campaign.
Oh my gosh, that would have been spectacular. If Bo would have bought it and used it as a campaign vehicle,
That would have been great.
that would have been hilarious. Maybe get it reupholstered with one of Micah's jackets.
This used to be yours.
You go all the way back.
So the governor, though, the governor's rolling on something on Steely's.
The governor role is in a white basic ass police package Tahoe
Is
with
it an old
Steely's.
police hand-me-down?
No, it looks current.
Yeah.
but it is
It doesn't
it's on
have the
it's
light
on
on
steel
it?
wheels for sure.
Because I knew that. I think last time I saw Holcomb out somewhere, he was in a Toyota Sequoia, which I thought was brave. I know it's made in Indiana, but there are a lot of people that don't have the mental fortitude to understand that Toyotas or some of them are made here. Yeah, it was. I don't think it was anything fancy either. I know that he's in the law they passed about buying new vehicles. The governor is the exception. I believe that they said the governor could drive what the governor wants to drive. So it's hilarious to me that like two lower office people drive nicer vehicles than the governor.
That is true. He just flies home.
Yeah, he's got a helicopter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Say it's got to meet him long.
The other I did a lot of work here today for Forrest. I combed the forest for Statehouse stories. Our Senator Ratz carried a bill that will ban bell-to-bell school cell phones, and it'll be going to the governor's desk. Before you couldn't have a cell phone when you were in class. Now it's going to be from when class starts to when class finishes.
Oh, so it's not the Bell Telephone Company.
and what are the schools going to get to support and enforce this? Oh, less?
Some schools use a locking pouch. Not all schools, but some schools do.
Who's going to provide that?
I mean, I assume you're just going to have to bake some cookies for us. I don't know.
Another bake sale.
Go outside Hills and buy your crappy cookies. It's the last time I supported a school books. It was at Ames or Hills in Newcastle at a bake sale. I haven't seen a bake sale in a while. I would have a shop on that side of town.
Rude.
Like Zach's backyard.
Yeah, it is. It's blocked from my house. The old Val is a block from my house.
It's dangerous, man.
It's where your father-in-law parks his camper. Asshole. I looked at 807.
Did you shop at Val?
I went in there as a kid.
Yeah.
My best friend as a kid, his mom worked there, or his dad worked there. Yeah, that was fine. It was out of the way. It would have been like going to the other grocery store in town, Jerry's, which is now the Elks Bingo Hall.
Yep.
It was like that. It was not the side of town you went to go shopping in, generally speaking.
Wrong side of the tracks.
It's actually the same side of the tracks. No, there's a set of tracks in the middle. That part of town, there's a lot of tracks.
It's very industrial.
Yeah.
There's railroads everywhere.
There's a railroad right through town.
There's a crossroads of tracks.
Yes, there is. Yeah, there's a cross. Yeah, because I was like, which tracks am I confused on? Because we have like a kind of north-south and
the track intersection. You guys cool with the cell phone ban? I didn't have a phone in homeschool anyway.
Good luck enforcing it. And honestly, who cares? They have Chromebooks.
Yeah. So
can they still text with that? I guess they can still log into their Google chats or whatever they want to do.
School has iPads. I don't know how they get locked down where it's not their normal.
Once again, this is not a problem. Like, this is not their problem. This is a school board's problem.
Let's worry about funding the schools before we worry about what the kids are allowed to have in the schools.
No.
You guys just sound cranky.
Well,
it passed 36 to 12.
You're supposed to be Republicans, right? Is this not a Republican? Like,
I don't know.
It doesn't sound Republican at all.
My koozie says support smaller government, and nothing about that sounds like
7
smaller
Democrats
government.
and 5 Republicans voted no. Everybody else voted yes.
They probably think that that's where they're getting all the liberal news is from the news, or from their phones, or
from their cell phones.
Or something, yeah.
Not Bob Ross anymore.
Just happy little accidents.
Yeah. It was Greg Good, who's not the president does not like Greg Good, and Jeff Rouse were the two senators who carried the thing. Made it out of the House 82-13. Made it out of the Senate 36-12.
It sounds about right for a vote for people that have no idea what's going on in schools. Genuinely, I mean, that's why I just kind of think that it's like, did they ask school administrators? Is this something you need? Because I don't think school administrators need it. They could just do it on their own. School board wants to ban them.
What am I going to say next? Smoking in school?
Listen, I think
what's this world coming to?
I think that there's going to be a lot less money coming in from RJ Reynolds to the booster program if they cancel that.
It was a gymnasium sponsored by Philip Morris.
No more Marlboro Mondays.
No need to have a boiler room. Yeah.
Final late breaking news that came out: Indiana passed the statewide homeless camping ban, which basically says that you can't be homeless and camping outside, or else you can have a fine of $500 and jail time.
No, you can't be homeless and camp outside. It just can't be on state property that does not allow it.
So you're going to fine the homeless guy $500 and throw him in jail. He's going to be excited about going to jail because now he's got a warm place to sleep.
And 3 squares a day.
And you think he can afford $500?
Long-term camping on public property like sidewalks, riverbanks, and bridge underpasses, unless it's been authorized by law. Local police must remove people within 48 hours of warning them.
So I'm not a lawyer, but what is the definition of long-term?
Yeah. That's probably defined. Has to be defined somewhere.
And then it's within 48 hours of warning them. So
this was much closer. It passed 28 to 22. Gene Lysing and Mike Kreider both voted no on this one.
It doesn't solve much.
Senator Rotz did vote yes.
So who's pissed off about a homeless camp?
I mean,
I think
and what are we doing to support the homeless?
Yeah, they become problematic at times.
No, let's throw them in jail. They probably would enjoy this.
This came from the place called the Cicero Institute, a conservative Texas think tank. They inspired the bill, and they claim that it's not meant to punish homeless people. It is there to force them under a threat of a Class C misdemeanor to seek the help that they need.
Good luck.
They don't have the means to seek the help that they need.
Some of them genuinely don't. And that's the thing that comes up locally is that they'll go offer somebody, hey, here's some, and they're like, don't care. They don't want to. They would prefer to be homeless, or they have a mental illness. Which
they don't have the mental capacity to recognize that they need,
unless you give them the mental health care. Which, oh wait, this is a state that's gutted mental health care over the last the
law. The law is said to require some off ramps. The first off ramp is that police are required to determine whether or not someone should be in a medical facility because they're in severe distress, including mental health. That's the first one.
So how are we going to pay for that?
The second one is local governments are authorized to establish programs to provide housing or shelter instead of charging people.
The same local governments that Bill 1 making money from?
Critics of the law say that because the state commits no money to support more housing or social services, it's done kind of mandate. So they are skeptical whether or not that would work.
I thought when you said that there were exit ramps, I thought they were going to offer them like $465. Because
if you're gonna camp over here.
A bus ticket to Florida.
Yeah. Well, there was one that I did not know about at the ramp where I work because the grass was so tall. I mean, it was like 6 or 7 feet tall.
If you choose to not mow around it, you can't see it.
There's one off the Tillotson overpass in Muncie,
and you couldn't see. Even like I got from the exit in the morning, so I probably couldn't see it. But it was like a forest. I think there's a tree in that roundabout kind of area. And then one day you just saw it, and they just came through like just bush hogged the whole thing, like tents and everything, and just kicked their way out, whatever. But I bet they could have been there for like 2 years because you couldn't see it. So it was kind of funny, like if you can't see it and they're not bugging anybody and they're just living in your poorly cared for greenery, who cares? But yeah.
So I've heard stories that there have been late night buses run from Hamilton County to Madison and Delaware counties, dropping off this population.
Oh, get them out of there. Get them out of our county. Yeah, that would. I would not believe that.
I spent a lot of time in Hamilton County. I don't know if I've ever seen
homeless people.
Well, no. If they're getting bussed out,
they'll say,
"Got a little slush fund."
This is a tough issue because nobody wants homelessness in their backyard, right? The Elks dealt with it when you had essentially the township trustees set up a homeless camp.
Come here.
Out on the sidewalk. Once everybody got thrown out of the township trustees building, they went to the sidewalk, and everybody's like, "This is a problem. They can't be here." That's the kind of thing they're trying to solve with this, but it doesn't solve the root issue.
Yeah,
sending them to jail doesn't usually solve.
I mean, we used, and
this is slapping a Band-Aid on a broken.
Well, and then as just kind of like a picture of like, well, how did this probably kind of happen or whatever? And not, this isn't 100%. We have a prison north of town. What was that prison before it was a prison? It was a state mental health facility where people were sent if they were unable to live on their own to get mental health treatment, like wards of the state kind of situation. And they closed it, and they've closed almost all of them. There's almost none.
Are there any?
I don't know if there are any
I don't
left.
think there's any.
And what they put there? A prison. And so that's part of the problem is that it's one of those things where this government is kind of, I know that libertarians might like that idea or whatever, but when you're going to all this effort and then you're putting them in jail potentially and you're all this effort, maybe you should have just left the mental health services in place and these people would be getting help instead of you trying to divert them through a jail to help. But yeah, I don't know if there's any state mental health facilities left. I think they've shoved them all into like group homes and stuff. But some of these people don't want to live in a group home. Who knows?
Well, the important thing is that the legislature passed some bills.
They took care of it, yeah.
And we are all better off for it, right?
More laws.
We look like we're doing something.
Yeah. Our streets are going to look clean.
At least the important streets.
Yeah.
Maybe your guys' streets. I don't know how my streets are going to look, but yeah. I was too close to the railroad tracks. And on the wrong side. No, I'm on the same side.
He's on the good side of the railroad tracks. He just has proximity.
I've lost track of the railroad track.
We need to get a map of Newcastle out
There are
and
like-
highlight certain areas for Bones, just so he can have. Was it the judgmental map of Indianapolis that floated around about 10 years ago? We need Zach to create his judgmental map of Newcastle for Bones' reference. Boss Hog of Liberty candidate series is coming up.
Get your popcorn ready.
Forrest is ready for the fun. I targeted about 8 different nights. We're going to try to do these. First round of invitations have gone out. We're going to start next week. We're going to ease into it. We're going to have sheriff's candidates on first time out. But it's going to be.
At least you are going with the less populated.
It's going to
side
be
of
the
sheriff's
Democrat
race.
side to start. Landon Dean and David Bockover are going to be joining us. They're the 2 candidates running as Democrats for sheriff for Henry County. We've also are going to add an extra county sheriff race into this. We're going to have Rush County sheriff's candidates join us as well because we're getting to be really good at this.
How many candidates?
They have 3. They have 3, and those all confirmed already.
3
So,
from the same party, or
3 for 3. There are 3 Republicans.
There's only one party in Russia.
They don't.
I was trying to be nice.
They haven't found a Democrat that wants to run for anything in Rush County yet, but if they do, then maybe
They
talk
found
to
a
them in the fall.
Democrat in Rush County.
They had one in 2011. I think one ran for mayor, but then they moved out.
No, he passed away.
He needs a dog food factory unionized.
Oh,
Ooh.
So we're looking forward to having the candidate series back. It's always a staple of the show, and hopefully we attract some new interested folks to the to listen to the program.
you're going to need more chairs for the Republican.
We have
Sure.
folding chairs. We're going to make them.
We
We're going
made
to
it
stack them
What's the
deep.
most
Forrest,
we're
we're
going to
gonna-
have to sit back there with Zach?
I'm going to sit back there with
we
my
had 5.
popcorn.
The question. I think we had 5
We
last
had
time.
5 for the last Republican sheriffs. Yes, we make
Yeah,
it work.
we've done it before. We'll be okay.
It was full. It was a
It'll be
full
crowded.
table. Yeah,
It'll be
Jeremiah might have to trade that big stuffy executive chair for a smaller chair.
pull a
but-
folding chair in. We'll see. See what happens. But it should be a good time. There's no guarantee they're all going to show up, but I will say that this year we're not going to beg people. They're going to get an invitation. If they want to show up, you're going to be welcomed. We're going to have you, and everybody that's on the ballot is going to be welcome.
I'd be very surprised if all of the
If-
Republican candidates.
If
show
they
up.
don't want to show up, more time for their opponent. That's the game. That's the way it's going to go down. So if you don't want to be here, they get to talk
I mean, you
twice.
could
as
have
long.
8 episodes of just the prosecutor and the sheriff races.
No. They get one show.
What's your problem with law enforcement, Bones?
I have 0 problems with law enforcement, but everyone gets an equal amount of time.
Is there a race that either of you are most excited about?
The fall sheriff race,
The fall sheriff race, whatever
Yeah.
that turns into.
whatever it turns into.
I'm saying in this primary series. You're looking too far ahead.
I think the Republican sheriff race is going to be very interesting.
Which county?
He doesn't know a damn thing about the Rush County one.
Well,
Yeah.
I
don't know
didn't know how many
anything about
candidates or what
County.
parties represented in Rush County.
I'm fascinated by an open 5-way primary for prosecutor.
I think that one.
That's fascinating to me.
I think that one's going to be a balance race. I think the sheriff race is going to be ugly.
I mean, we've seen past fireworks.
Yep.
Could be fun.
Yep.
Jeremiah said we were opening up easy inside the sheriff's race. I was like, I wanted to view.
I slow rolled it out to Zach because then we're gonna make things real easy. We're gonna go first. The first one's gonna be the sheriff's race.
I was.
Can we rent some bleachers and just set up outside the door?
I have
here?
to do that
Leave
with-
the door open.
Might have to do that one from the field house. Yeah, I was like, I was trying to let it sink in and formulate a response. And he said, Democrats. Okay, never mind.
Sports. Mr. Bones, did you wake up Sunday morning at 7:30 and turn on your TV?
Yes. I didn't know hockey was on, so she turned it on when she got up.
So it wasn't appointment viewing. You stumbled into
Hockey's
this.
still not something I can watch on TV. I can go to hockey games and like get into it, but watching on TV, I still,
So what's the difference between getting into it at the game versus watching on TV?
I don't know. There's
the energy in the building.
Yeah, the energy.
The energy for hockey inside the building is next level.
Yeah.
I fully agree with that.
As football is made for TV,
Hockey's
hockey is made
in
for
person.
Yeah.
100%. Fully agree.
I watch a lot more in person than I do on TV. It's been years since I've sat down and watched multiple games.
Forrest and Zach, did
TV.
you watch?
No.
I was at a volleyball tournament this weekend, so fortunately I was walking out as everyone in the lobby was erupting as we scored the goal in overtime.
I'm only going to talk about the men's for now because I did not have the exposure to the women's. I grew up in northern New York in the 1980s. Okay. I cannot describe to you how legendary the 1980 hockey team was.
Sure.
Growing up there. My dad was born in the late 50s, my uncle in the early 60s. Those guys all grew up around hockey. So like the people that played of that era, the amateurs that beat the Soviets, like those are my dad's counterparts. So that was legendary in our household the entire time. And it happened an hour away from my hometown. So anytime the Americans are in contention for the Olympics, it's like I have to watch it. It's just like it's just like watching the Super Bowl. Even though you don't know a damn thing, you're cheering for the laundry. So I watched it, and then they immediately took a lead like 6 minutes in, and then they held it all through the first period. And this is looking good. And then the second and third period, the Americans are just getting their asses kicked, but nobody's scoring. Like the goalie is just dominating.
The puck never crossed the halfway.
The Americans were on
The middle
offense
line.
0 at all in the second and third. Canadians tied it up in the second, and then nothing happened in the third. I thought it was more interesting to watch in Italy than a normal hockey because they screwed up when they built the place, and the ice was 3 feet shorter or smaller than a regulation arena.
Then regulation internationalized.
Yes. So it was like, Zach, it was like watching a short track race.
Oh, yeah.
So everything was more condensed and there was more activity and you couldn't get the spacing that you normally can. So if you watch an NHL game versus that, it was just like, it was tighter and more intense. That was my takeaway of it. But yeah, nobody could score. And there also wasn't like the lights, the commercialism, if somebody scored, you didn't really see it. Like you didn't have the red light go off and all the stuff that happens.
Didn't have all the advertisements running across the board.
Yeah. It was like going to Notre Dame to watch a football game way back in the day where there was nothing commercial. Where there was nothing commercial. I cried like 4 times. When that game was over, I was an emotional mess. Winning the gold, Jack Hughes had literally had his teeth knocked out during the game. They get a 4-minute power play. Hughes then screws up and gives it away. But they had a 4-minute power play. Hughes then gets knocked. He gets himself benched for a little while. And then the Americans can't do anything about it. They had a 5-3 power play that they completely shut down where they were shorted by 2 guys. Just a roller coaster of a game to watch. And then he got into overtime, and then Hughes, who's lost 3 of his front teeth, knocks the goal in to win. He's on the team with his brother. All of that was just like, you couldn't have written it better. And then you got the guy that should have been on the team that, they had his sweater, his jersey out on display. And then, they brought his kids out for the photo. I'm like, this is right out of
that was really cool.
That was right out of a movie. So like forever, you're like, this is a lifetime picture. You're watching it happen live on TV. And then you saw the Canadians, who are just like completely somber, stunned, shook. They dominated that game. They probably should have won that game.
Yeah.
But the Americans did what they had to do to win. And it wasn't about politics. It was about sport and human interest and who the people are. And when you watch the Olympics, whether it's figure skating, speed skating, sliding, hockey, the television people do such a good job of painting the picture of the human element that the sport doesn't matter, but you just got all the human emotion there. And it was just, it's as good as it gets. Of course, then after the fact, you get the locker room stuff with the president and the FBI director getting involved and celebrating what they didn't necessarily win themselves, but hey, whatever, you do you.
That's why the men won, though, right? Because he brought that in.
Sure. It was really special to watch, really fun. And then you get the little stories of the party trickling out of, they went back and they couldn't get, because of the snowstorm that hit the Northeast, they had to fly to Miami. So they had a night in Miami where they partied in a good city. And then apparently Pat McAfee did what Pat McAfee does, and he played Santa Claus following he grew up in the image of Jim Irsay. He dropped a video into the nightclub and said, hey, the bar tab's on me.
1:30 in the morning.
Bar tab's on me, boys.
$150,000.
Okay. I don't, the worst team you could probably do that to is a hockey team.
Yeah.
Because I think hockey teams, they can all drink. I think that, you win the Stanley Cup, what do? You take it and
you fill the cup with
party
beer
with it for like the next 3 or 4 weeks.
Everybody gets their
everybody
turn
gets
with
a crack at it, and it's ended up in pools and whatever. So hockey players
Football team would not
know
be a
how
fun
to
one
party.
either, so
but they would do it on like high-end liquor and one night. Like they would.
There's a lot more of them too.
Yeah,
there's more of them, but the linemen still are going to drink 3 cases of beer each.
I think hockey. There's no lightweights on the hockey team.
This wasn't beer. This was bottle service.
Yeah.
They had a good time.
This was hard liquor and cigars and champagne. I mean, this was.
I believe one of
This
them
was
said
singing.
in the gold medal ceremony, I was going to get fucked up tonight.
Yes,
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah.
So immediately they don't go back to the locker room for us. They just are out there on the ice for the presentation.
Okay.
And it was a round robin. In 1980, when the Americans won, it was a round robin. So it wasn't like, okay, the game's over, you just won gold. It was the ceremony was after. This, you literally had the Canadians. They couldn't just go back to the locker room. They're out there to receive a silver medal.
Yeah.
So you're just so conflicted of you want to be pissed off, but you're also getting a silver medal in the damn Olympics, which is
they're more pissed off.
Yeah.
yeah. But it's that balance of just like, you don't get any cool down time. We talk about this in motorsports all the time, where the drivers are there instantaneously. And, in football, they go back to the locker room and they kind of chill out for 20 minutes. This was just, you went from being in overtime to it's over to here's your silver medal. Go stand there and watch the Americans win. I'm just like, good God.
This is why I really don't like how everybody lines up at the end of the game and shakes hands.
Good game.
I hate that, because you just put everything on the line. Now you gotta go shake this person's hand. You're lucky I don't punch this dude in the face.
How many of them are teammates?
A lot. Yeah, that's the thing of it. They're in season.
There's not like a Canadian hockey league.
And
there's
they're
the NHL, and it's both of them. So I bet
they're all
these guys
interspersed.
They probably all have a teammate on the other team.
And hockey's done a good job. Like last year, they had the Four Nations face-off, which U.S. and Canada had 3 fights in the first 10 seconds of the game, something like that. And most of them were the Chuck brothers. So,
Not to move it away from hockey, but why don't we have basketball in the Winter Olympics? We don't play basketball.
It's the Americans that play it in the wintertime.
You sure about that?
Yeah. It's a summer sport in most other places. There's no ice involved. pretty much. I don't know if you've clued this part about the Winter Olympics in yet, but most of it involves ice.
I mean,
I get it.
yeah, swimming's a summer game, but it's a winter sport here.
Yeah.
here in this country.
Here it's a winter sport. So
That's really the only time she matters.
amen.
So these guys, they won gold Sunday. Monday night, they're back in Miami partying it up. Tuesday, they are flown to the State of the Union, and then Wednesday, they're expected to report back to work for their NHL teams after just
Still buzzed.
There's no recovery. And then Jack Hughes, he plays for the Devils in New Jersey. There was a really special moment where
That was cool.
They recognized him, and then he wouldn't just take the ice. There was another. I think Thompson was a member from the other team who was playing, who was on the team, and he made him come out.
Went and pulled him off of their bench
and
out
said,
to
"Get
the ice.
out here. We're taking this moment together." Which that's the selflessness that that's what the Olympics is about. Lifting up the team aspect of it, even though these dudes are making millions of dollars a year. Really cool. That's what you want to represent when you represent your country.
Yep.
So it was special. We've won 3 times: 1960, 1980, and 2026. So it's the first time not in America that we've won gold. We won it basically in Lake Tahoe, the Adirondacks, and now in Milan. Milan.
Almost in Indiana.
Very, very close to home. So
Was this the third gold that the women had won also?
Well, I don't know anything about that, Forrest. Why don't you explain to me that the women won gold too?
Yeah, the women, believe it or not, the women also won a gold medal over Canada. Same score in overtime, but someone forgot about them.
Were they at the State of the Union?
No, but he had to invite them, or otherwise he would have been impeached. So yeah, that was a little disappointing, and I think the invite was extended. They declined it from all reports, and good for them. I think it's a great representation for the women's sports. I get it. We just talk about the pride of country and all that, but at the same time, the women took a stand and said, "Thanks, but no thanks." What you as an individual represent, we don't want to be a part of. And I think his comments on the phone call to the locker room kind of alluded to that.
Yeah.
He almost mocked it that I have to invite them, or otherwise, if I don't, I'm going to get impeached.
And there's a whole lot of crossover too between that men's team and that women's team.
Yeah.
Your gold medal scorer, Jack Hughes, his mom is I believe a coach for that women's team that just won gold.
Yep, she's part of the development program. She was a gold medalist, I think, for the women's hockey team.
Yeah, it's there's so much about the Olympics that are cool. I was more interested in the women's bobsledding than anything else, right? Because of Simona Di Silvestro. Because of Simona.
The half pipe stuff this year was great. I mean, that tumble that Nick Gefford took, holy cow!
I missed a bunch of that stuff, and I watched a bunch of cross country skiing. But for some reason, I found the Norwegian guy, Klæbo, insane. He was 6 for 6, gold medals in every one of them, 32nd plus fight on every one.
And did that cheated?
No, I think he did.
On his girlfriend.
Oh no, different guy. Different guy. That dude's got problems though.
That dude's got mental problems.
But yeah, and his last race was on like Saturday night. We went out to eat, and it was on the TV above us. And luckily, it was condensed because it was at 50K. This guy raced 61 miles over the course of the Olympics in cross country and won every single race. So yeah, I like the story. And then I had not seen much about Eileen Gu, the American who skis for China, and people don't like her, but she goes to Stanford and she's like an astrophysicist. She's and like watching her get asked questions and then her responses are incredible because she's beyond intelligent. She's on a higher plane of existence than I am as a human being. But yeah, the people stories are fantastic. I never did get to see Simona because I don't have Peacock anymore because they dropped IndyCar and they just skipped past. They just wanted to show Germans and Americans in bobsled.
I think the women's half pipe snowboard last weekend was a pretty cool story. Chloe Kim's dominated for the U.S. and she went out and threw everything at it. And the I think it was a 17-year-old girl from South Korea that won gold. And it just so happens to be that Chloe Kim and her dad flew her from South Korea to California to train. And she's the one that ends Chloe Kim's run of gold in the half pipe. So, I mean, there's stories like that are everywhere. And that's what's cool about the Olympics. They do such a great job of promoting all those, the human element of it that we get lost in watching the millionaires play boards here.
Yeah. I do think that Peacock is worth every penny during the Olympics because you can pick the sport you want and you can watch every run or everything that happens in a specific one. When the Olympics are not live, it's really difficult to watch because you get a curated highlight package. So I don't enjoy it as much where it's like you get bounced around to what they think you want to see.
I might have complained about this last week. Every time I turned anything on, 15 minutes later, I was watching curling.
People
no matter
curling.
what. And apparently curling they must have kept that thing going 24/7 the entire Olympics because there was, from the beginning of the Olympics to the end of the Olympics, there was always curling on somewhere, some category of curling. So I would turn on to watch like Alpine or whatever. Anybody watch ski mountaineering?
This was the climbing.
Is that where they were skiing uphill?
You had to go. You
had to climb then
uphill
ski
on
down.
skis, then you had to change out of your skis and run up a staircase, and then put your skis back on, but then take something off the skis and ski down the hill. I was like, it looked a little bit artificial, but I hope that gets turned into something that's kind of cool and adapts. And
I don't like watching
evolves.
sports. I get exhausted just watching. That one looked exhausting.
Yeah, the mountaineering looks like it was only like 2.5 minutes. Then it was like done. They're just on to the next thing. But yeah,
just going to check in on the hill for this guy that's doing the thing he's trained his entire life for.
I will
Forrest is happily watching it. Bones is like, I don't have 2 minutes for this guy. Screw him. Screw that guy. I want show me somebody's figure skating.
I will say Canada's outfits, their uniforms in the hockey game were absolute trash. Those were terrible.
The Americans were spectacular.
Were
Canada's did not look Canadian. They didn't look. They had like this gray like maple leaf on it.
I thought it was
I
black.
like
Yeah, it was not good.
Yeah.
I like America's blue jerseys better than the white jerseys.
The whites look good, man. It was like the Colts road jerseys. Like the white was just it was iconic. It was just spectacular.
Canada should have come out like Buffalo Check. Something just go full Canadian. They should I always liked that back in the day.
Denim.
Sure, go Canadian tuxedo. Because if you remember, like during the Shaun White era, like all the snowboarders one year, their ski pants looked like jeans.
Yep.
And it looked like their uniforms looked like a hoodie and jeans is what they made it look like. I'm like, that's hilarious. That's awesome. Like, cause they're snowboarders. They're gonna act like snowboarders. So
IndyCar is back this weekend, Mr. Zach. It is like the most spectacular all-star weekend at St. Petersburg. I've never been. Our boy Aaron Ewert's going to go. He's supposed to be in St. Pete this weekend. I'm a little jealous that I'm not down there. Starts Friday, I guess. You've got the MX5 Cup with Sebastian Bourdais running,
which I bet I did not know about that till today. That's going to be hilarious.
Which is these little Mazdas that you can import for about $20,000 and build yourself.
Yeah, the Miata
series.
Spec Miata racing.
The biggest, like the Roger Penske of the Miata series runs out of North Vernon, Indiana, with a customer program where you could roll in with a check and you could be running this series.
And they're running with
they're damn good cars.
6-time car champ Sebastian Bourdais is going to run.
Yes,
and he will wring that car's neck like it's disposable because it's not his car. So that's going to be hilarious to watch.
That should either be on YouTube or on Peacock. NASCAR Truck Series is running their first time ever on a street course race. And they have so it's a support series to the Indy cars. James Hinchcliffe, who his podcast co-host, producer, was on this show, 2 years ago. James is running a truck series in a really good truck for Spire. Dario Franchitti, 3-time Indy 500 champion, like 4-time IndyCar champion. He's going to be making his first start in like 20 years in a NASCAR truck. Colin Brown, who's a all-star sports car driver and ran a little bit of IndyCar and ran some NASCAR back in the day. He's going to be in the thing. So that race looks fun on Fox. And then it's the first race of the year for IndyCar. So
yeah, kind of snuck up on me. I'm listening to podcasts. I know it's coming up. And I'm like, is it really coming up. Like it feels like tomorrow it'll be on. Like it's time.
Yeah,
So,
they're in St. Pete now. They did a track walk today. 3 hours before we did the show, they did their track inspection. We have a fantasy IndyCar series. Mr. Bones, did you figure out how to log back in? Are you doing this again?
I am.
You were able to get back in. I was not.
We were going to go with a little different mindset this time.
Forrest had his staff changed his password. He didn't know how to get back in, so he had to start over.
Or was that on the? Probably if he had like 5 cell phones at the time.
It was probably
The bad thing is I have no history that shows that I was last year's champion.
We know you won. I thought Kelly won.
No, I won. Kelly got a close second.
Oh, is this like your internet history? It just kind of magically disappears.
He played in incognito mode. That's why he's got nothing. Zach, are you logged in? You ready for Fantasy IndyCar?
Yeah, I think I got logged in at least on the browser a couple days ago. I forgot it was in there.
I figured out how to relaunch the app the other day, and then I
bet my phone had deactivated it, but
it let me bring it back, and everybody was allowed back in, and we've had a lot of people join us. I think we've added about 10 new players.
Hopefully they stick around. Last year we started really strong, and then what we finished with like 25.
Yeah.
No, goddamn, I finished in the 30s.
How'd you do that when we only had 25 people doing a week to week?
Yeah, but Bones the only one that finished with money left. That was his whole thing. Is he was trying to do it on the cheap.
I finished with the most money left. All right.
You did figure out that there were multiple things that you had to account for in this thing, where it's not just about the budget cap. You're also you're using the budget to sign good drivers.
Life, there's multiple things you have to get right. But somehow or another, I always just super focus on one thing.
Yeah, he's like, okay, all right, I'm going to get as much money as I can. Buy cheap guys, let them get better. That was his whole thing.
Yeah.
But he never spent the budget.
I got to say, I think Kelly figured out the strategy. I don't know what she was doing, but she started out the first race and didn't start a driver to get the triple points.
Double points, yeah.
Or double points.
They have to be under like $15 or $17 million or something in their value.
Came in second, and she almost took it, and I would not have heard the end of that.
So here's what I want to know. I want predictions from you guys. Mr. Bones, you're conversational in this now. We've beaten you into this. I want to know who's your Indy 500 pick, your St. Pete winner this weekend, and who's your IndyCar champion. This was in the notes, so this should not be a surprise. And I'm going to write these down, and this is going to stick over here all year long. So we know who picked what here.
So we're doing St. Pete winner, 500 winner.
I want your 500 winner and your champ.
Oh, okay. Not St. Pete winner.
I want your St. Pete winner, your Indy 500 winner, and your champ.
All right.
And we're going to start with you, Bones, because you were prepared.
Let's go with the guy I met in Apple parking lot and had no idea who he was. Alex Below, who's your St. Pete champion.
Okay.
Just take him for all three. I'll take Jeremiah.
No, I'm
took Jeremiah's guy.
Let's do Takuma Sato with the 500.
Okay.
Ooh.
He seems like always.
Is he going to have an entry this year?
I think he's probably going to be an RLL car.
He seems always dangerous.
You're picking a one-off, but yeah, his deal's not announced, but it's plausible.
And then let's go Scott Dixon.
Is your champion?
That's your champ. Wow.
All right. Give me yours, Zach. Your St. Pete winner, your Indy 500 champ, and your season champ.
I was going to pick one person for all three, but I don't think he'll get a season title. St. Pete, I'll do Willpower because he's good at St. Pete.
He's going to come in pissed off.
He's pissed off. Andretti's got a killer road to street program, and that's a track that he likes. And I think that some people think, he'll take them a little bit to get in. I think he'll be too pissed off to be slow.
This is new commercial.
That commercial's pretty fantastic.
All the commercials have been great.
500. I'll take Willie P again.
Wow.
All right. Because Andretti had second and third till they got penalized last year, didn't they?
They had second. They had Marcus Ericsson.
Yeah.
But Malukas was third. So
they had a good car last year. So there's something there. Even though I'd like for it to be Rossi. That'd be fun. Season title, man. I know Jeremiah didn't like it, but it's got to be somebody other than Alex Blow. Just because we need some. I'll do Pato Award.
I like that one.
I think he's.
All right.
I mean, they're making.
They're in the camera shot, so to speak. Forrest,
Yeah.
you got me a St. Pete winner.
I'm gonna follow Zach's lead there and Will Power.
All right.
I want to see how far anger takes him.
Indy 500.
He drives really well when he's pissed off. Newgarden.
Wow.
Oh, I you know what? Scotty Mack would be a good pick for Andy's too, because I think
He just doesn't have the luck.
no, his luck's got to get better.
Wow. I think Newgarden is in his final year at Penske. Honestly,
He probably is.
I think he's moving to the McLaren seat next year.
Oh.
I think
That-
Joseph is moving directly into Nolan Siegel's seat next year. That's my
Man,
early
that is
prediction.
that would be the most insufferable combination.
Champion.
Blow.
I think Will Power wins this weekend as well on debut. It's a street course race, and the Andretti cars are unbelievably good.
Yeah, they got the
And
damn
on
thing
street
there.
courses.
He runs well in St. Pete.
I think your Indy 500 winner is going to be Kirkwood.
Oh,
That poor
Kyle.
guy is never going to live that name down.
I think he runs well. He's had some crappy luck there on occasion. But the Andretti cars are really good, and I think he's the new team leader to be now that the 26 car has somebody else in it. But Power is going to be a force too. I think Marcus Ericsson is also in his final year in that team.
Yeah.
And I don't think until somebody beats Alex Palou is just written as champion. Sorry, not sorry. It is what it is. I looked at the betting.
Maybe he'll have
It
some
is
bad luck.
negative odds on Alex winning the 500 or winning the championship. You put money down, he's like minus 180.
Really?
I mean, it is not. You bet anybody else you think is going to be one champion, you can make some money. You put money on Palou, you're just floating money for 6 months to $200 going to pay out $50 profit or whatever that's going to be. It's going to be minimal. So there's not good value on the IndyCar championship.
Barring an injury. Heaven forbid.
For a crap ton of bad luck. Like 1 year he would have won the championship, but he had a lot of bad luck. I mean, he was popping motors 1 year, and there's always that chance. You never know. Things could get weird.
I think
He gets out of a McLaren contract and really get screwed up.
I changed my pick.
I think he can afford to
What
do
do you
that
want to
again.
change?
We're taking Alex off the board.
You didn't have. Oh, you took it. You took him for St. Pete.
Yeah.
Where are you going now?
We're going. Alex is getting replaced with Scotty
You're going to have Dixon win St.
Dixon
Pete?
or Scotty Mack?
Mack.
Dixon would have won St. Pete last year, but he had radio issues. There was a bunch of stuff happened to give that race to Alex last year, and that's the last thing they need to do.
I love the St. Pete race, but I am so excited to watch those trucks just lean on each other and bang
Yeah,
all around that
What how many
track.
caution
'Cause
laps
It's
are
an
going to
80 lap race, and they're going to have 72 caution laps.
The Indy cars tear the hell out of each other. I can't imagine what these trucks are going to
especially like whatever 4 outsiders who apparently they treat them terribly, like just beat them up on the track. So like that's just going to make the abuse even worse. And so yeah,
and throw a couple of Indy car guys in trucks with cages.
Jackson Lee is in this race too. Kevin Lee's son, the Fox pit reporter.
Really?
Yeah, he's in the Truck Series race, making his NASCAR debut. There's a lot to look at. Plus the regular Truck Series guys, Mini Tyrell, who has a Mini changing tires.
So do we want
Yes.
to? I set up my lineup for the fantasy thing.
Yeah, you want to share it?
for the next 3 races? You guys want to roast me on this?
Sure. You signed everybody for 3 races.
Yes.
Oh, first
nobody's even on the track.
Well, I don't. let's be real honest. I'm not paying attention week to week.
I don't know.
Okay, but I'm still in it. We're trying.
All right. You're not gonna watch on Sunday.
Bones going to beat us all.
Probably not. We got Joseph Newgarden.
Okay.
I got Scotty McLaughlin,
Okay.
Will Power,
All right.
Ferrucci,
Sure.
Nick Schumacher.
Ooh.
Maybe
Oh,
that
And,
could be great. That may not be great.
I mean,
you
I
don't know.
Mick's got my start, by the way, too.
I think
Yeah.
he's going to
that may be a good move.
I think he's going to surprise people
and
this year.
Siegel.
Yeah.
Oh, no one.
I mean, those are really good teams.
I got 12-2 left to play with, too.
You got 12 million left.
$12,200,000. 200,000.
I could change mine, but I will tell you that I signed Will Power, Kirkwood, Christian Lundgaard von Bergenstein, Dave Malukas in a Penske this year, Kiffin Simpson, and Renus VK. $100 million budget. I got 1.2 left. We have spent up to the cap, boys and girls. And as of this moment, we've doubled up Renus VK.
I will say this. I am a little excited.
Forrest rolled his eyes at me at that.
I am a little excited because I just watched the F1 movie, which, by the way, highly recommend.
Starts out at Daytona.
Yeah. Good movie. So that kind of got me a little bit excited.
Now you need to go watch Driven and see what they based it on. Sylvester
Driven?
Stallone.
Oh, that's right.
And
I saw that.
And then watch Days of Thunder.
And the young doctor from House. Also in that Robin Williams, brother, or whatever the hell.
The
hell was his
Dead
name?
Poet Society.
Yeah, Dead Poet Society. Same guy.
Doctor from House.
Captain. Yeah.
Like Hugh.
No.
The cancer doctor.
His
Best friend.
Wilson.
Yeah.
Not the football.
Volleyball.
Doesn't matter.
Or Dennis the Menace's neighbor.
You're going way too deep.
Deep cuts here, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's what you guys pay me for.
Hey, man. You're going to never look at a quarter the same after you watch Driven. Jimmy Bly. I'm excited. Racing season's here. And it's not like, hey, we have a race now and that's it. Like, it's going to be, I think, pretty much right away. They got Phoenix, Barber, Long Beach.
I'm
They go
excited
back
about
to
the
back to
Phoenix
back.
race.
Should be good. Same weekend as NASCAR. The NASCAR Cup Series and the IndyCar is the
double.
same weekend. So you've got a lot of them. They added a race at Washington, D.C. as well.
We'll see.
So we'll see what that turns
That's
into.
free to attend to whomever wants to
The fun
risk their life.
The fun thing here is that you now have 18 races on the calendar. You have 6 on ovals, 6 on natural terrain road courses, and 6 on street courses. So you have a truly balanced calendar, which is going to be fun. So yeah, we got the race this weekend, and then 2 weeks from now they go to Arlington, Texas, and then where the hell is the? Oh, Phoenix is just literally Saturday. So we got Sunday there at St. Pete. Following Saturday, they go all the way across to Phoenix. So 6 days later, Phoenix.
Poor truck drivers.
Do you think they left anything out there from the test? Because they just tested out
some
there.
Some of them might have left like oval cars there.
Yeah.
Because some teams don't.
If you've got extras, maybe.
You got extra. Penske would, or so some of the bigger teams, might have left stuff out there, or at least, they did something with them.
Yeah, and then the following weekend you're going to Arlington for the for the race in Texas.
Great routing.
So
3 weeks in a row: Florida, Arizona, Tejas.
Two
So
brand
have you
new
seen
street
the-
courses
you
on the
have seen the-
schedule.
Track though for Arlington. For Washington.
Washington, no, I don't think they.
I don't think they've
they-
released the
There's a
track.
lot of speculation about what it's going to be.
It's supposed to
You
be.
think we'll go across state lines?
It's supposed to be.
I
around
think
the
it's staying all in the district.
It's supposed to be around.
I think
the
it's probably gonna be around the mall.
Yeah, it's supposed to be
Yeah.
around the National Mall. And I think visually, it's going to be one of the most spectacular races ever because I would bet that they're going to try and set up shots where you're going to have the Lincoln Memorial in the background and all that stuff. But
You're going to be racing towards the Capitol in one view,
yeah,
and then racing towards the
Washington
monument.
Monument or
Yeah,
the Memorial. Yeah,
I mean,
there could. I don't know what the setup is going to be, but if you went the length of the mall, it'd be a hell of a straightaway. That is a
that sounds
long. They could be incredible. It's probably going to be a short little thing over by the Capitol building instead.
I think
or
you'll
run up
only
and down
run the
Pennsylvania.
full length of one side of that.
Yeah.
They'll have to duck off the other side. 'Cause there's no way in hell they're going to
Shutting
go
everything
full bore
down.
towards the Capitol. Hairpin turn, full bore back.
I think that should just be the racetrack. Just keep going around
Yeah,
the mall.
it's just an oval.
Get down to the monument. Just make it a very tight
Lift
oval.
it around and
People think Martinsville is bad.
Won't be any
a
nose
literal
cones
rectangle, just
Won't
a
be
literal
any nose
rectangle
cones
with
left.
four
Just-
left hands, just right angled turn.
I would probably tune in for that race.
I mean,
Just-
you could go
Just
all
Stingray
ass
Rob
backwards and-
shoving it in there once again, trying to outbreak somebody. It's too bad Devlin's not in this race.
Go backwards and
First
just
out.
do right hand turns the whole time.
yeah.
Yeah. So month of March, you got 4 IndyCar races because you do have Barber on the 29th as well. It's starting fast. And then you get like one race in April.
Baseball season stuff too, man. I'm sure.
That's all I got. You got anything else for Mr. Forrest, Mr. Zach?
No,
For us, Mr. Zach?
not that I can think of. My brain just shut off. I was panicking at the beginning of the show. So now my brain's just done. No. I'm trying to think. Oh, if you want to see some medical craziness. Go look up Lindsey Vaughn's X-rays from her surgery.
All the pins.
There's like not any
More
like
women's sports.
her bone's there for decoration at this point. Her lower leg it's tight.
It's all hardware.
Yeah. Oh,
Her
it's
tired.
terrible.
We get back together and form two good legs of each other.
They can make a bionic child, I think.
Her arthritis is going to be a real bitch when she's in her 60s and 70s. That's got to be painful. Thanks for being here, Mr. Bones.
Thanks for having me again.
You're going to do this candidate series with us. You're going to learn up, be ready. And you're invested.
Candidates that I can't vote for.
I mean, you can change your residency.
No,
You're truly a neutral party in all this.
that's
then.
true.
You're just
I could ask
you're-
about anything I want.
you're an out of county judge, just doing your thing. Forrest, you want to stop in for any of these and check it out, or are you just gonna
Sure.
you gonna
No, we
watch from
will.
a distance?
You will.
Sure.
Every time I need him, he's like, "Oh, we got a big thing down at the Elks." Did you get a new job down there?
Nope.
You're still the Tyler or
Tyler.
something? Is that
For another couple weeks?
you're in charge of? Is that what the Tyler's in charge of making sure the wrong people don't come in the room?
Yep.
That's your big job.
That was real fun last time.
So major responsibilities.
Yeah, it was.
You had an election with like
Yeah.
hundreds of people.
Yeah, I actually had to check cards upon entry.
Wasn't the familiar faces you're used to.
Did you have your staff look at the cards, or did you actually?
I had to do it.
He had his people.
I had to do it.
Your brain must have hurt. Haven't you real
We
work?
did.
We're actually to actually, talk to people and not have your staff, know me.
Yeah. Hey, go check that one. You get tired over here.
Tommy said that you're about ready to buy a camper too, so things are getting real.
I don't know. I talked to Tommy a lot about campers. I went and visited him at the
clock's
Bosport
ticking.
Travel Show last Friday.
You gotta.
Tommy, he's a looker. He's never going to buy.
You-
He's just a looker.
He's got a reservation. He's got to get something by Mid Ohio.
I have clock's ticking before Mid Ohio.
Need something in May.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Gonna be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta get.
It's called a Conrad.
You gotta get it ordered. All right, that's enough of this. Thank you guys for being a part of the show tonight. We'll be back next Thursday with the beginning of the legendary candidate series. We'll see you then.